Yo, what is up, you guys? It's your boy Geo. Today we are on Epic Summoners server number 8, official server, of course, because there's no private server of Epic Summoners. Unless someone wants to make one, then hit me up with those deets. But until then, we just have regular official servers. That was like a great way to start the video, right? Today we are gonna be doing the best heroes of the game. I don't want to say top 10, top 5, top whatever. I don't really know how many we're gonna do. I'm just gonna tell you guys all the heroes that I think deserve to be on the list of, like, this is a good hero you should have in your lineup, or look like just you don't need it, like, or would work good in a lineup. So anyone that deserves to be on this list is gonna be on it, and let's get right into it with, let's see how many heroes we can get here on this list. So first off, in the nature aura, I'm recording, right? I always do that. I always don't know if I'm recording. In nature, I wanna say I would rank Hydra as one of the top heroes in the game. He has insane AoE damage, area damage. He hits so usually he hits one enemy and then the 2 enemy to the rear, so he usually hits the first 3, and then after that he hits like he's always hitting 3 unless there's less than 3, or unless it's like in a weird way where there's no one behind it. Increases attack, deals 200% of attack damage. It does, it's crazy. Changes normal attack. He hits 2 random enemies. Each attack increases attack by 15%. So his attack increases. That's stackable by 15% and dodge by. So I actually didn't even realize this. That's insane. No, that's like my voice just cracked probably. But because I'm super excited for this. This is crazy because that's stackable. That doesn't go away. I didn't even realize that. I don't have Hydra on my team, but he's just been kicking my ass. So I've always thought he's a dope hero, dope AoE. He hits, and he hits hard with this deal here. Because if his attack is increasing every time he, each attack increases every time he, like, this is going to do damage. That's what it is. Black Disaster, I'm not going to have on the list. Just because, you know, he's alright, but he doesn't do a whole lot of damage for how weak he is. So this is tank, I think, or death. This is Death Clock. I want him to be on the list as well. He's definitely one of the best tanks in the game. Just maybe not. He might not be super tanky. He is tanky. He might not be super tanky though. But his damage. He deals 60% of damage to all enemies, and causes them to bleed for 2 rounds. 75% damage per round. So, and this stacks too, right? So if you have a hero like, let's say, this guy here, and you go, no, not him. Who is it? No, it is, yeah, it is him. What am I talking about? Okay. No, it's not. What? Okay, what am I doing? It's one of these heroes. It's this one. Alright, okay, never mind. I don't know who it is actually, but so he causes heroes to bleed, and then causes the enemy to bleed. This causes them to bleed as well. That can stack. He deals that 115% extra damage to bleeding enemies, so after this hits, then he bleeds them with his normal attack or whichever attack, and then so this hits even harder next time, say 120%, because he's doing 2 times as much, even a little bit more. So, as far as damage dealing tanks in this game, this guy here is insane. Some people would Death Clock. Some people would have Furious Lion in their top, but I just don't really know enough about him at the moment. Theoretically, he sounds good with all of his skills and stuff. He is actually pretty tanky. I don't think he does that much damage, in all honesty. I've had him. He's a pretty tanky tank, but he just doesn't do a whole lot for me. Next, in the evil faction, I don't know what they're called, Nine-Headed Dragon is insane. He deals with 205% damage to backline enemies. If the enemy is an assassin, there's a 50% chance to stun the enemy for 1 round. Increases crit. So this can take out a whole back line. It's insane because it happens all the time. It's annoying. Change normal attack to deal 125% to random backline enemy. Increase attack. And each attack increases the hero's crit damage by 45%. Increase crit by 25. So he's going to be critting, and that's what happens a lot of the time on this. And so it's super annoying. He does insane backline damage. Nine-Headed Dragon is OP. Night Daughter, everyone says she's broken. It is because she is broken. She's insanely powerful. I wouldn't say broken. She's just really strong. Nine-Headed Dragon's really strong too. And then there's other heroes that suck, so it's just kind of uneven, but that's fine. Deals 215% damage to an enemy and the 2 enemies to its rear. So again, a kind of a triangle. And it is a must-hit attack. That's weird. It's super weird. That's worded super weird, but it means they can't miss. So she can't miss on that, which is dope. Deals 215% attack. That's crazy. Increased attack and crit by 25. When an attack is critical, there's a 65% a chance to ignore the enemy's armor. That's ridiculous because, like, ignore the armor. What do they have? 0 armor. They just hit super hard. So she crits, and then after she crits, there's a chance to ignore armor. If the enemy is a warrior, dealing additional 110% damage, and when she hits the first 3, so she's hitting the warrior every time. She's like a little warrior assassin. It's freaking annoying. It's ridiculous, and she's insanely strong. Those are the only 2 I want to mention from here. I will also mention, those are like the 2 best, I think, from this faction all around. Ocean Breaker crits insanely hard. He hits and takes people out. Super, like, insane dope. Night King stacks damage because whenever our hero dies, increases. No, not this one. Whenever our hero dies, increases the hero's attack by 30%. Yeah. So Night King, if you put him up in the 6th spot and everyone else on your team dies, he's kind of like Aiden in Idle Heroes, if anyone here knows Idle Heroes, because his attack increases by 30% every time someone on our team dies. So he can do insane damage too, because that is stackable. He can get up to what? 6 times 30 is, don't want to do that math, 150. So 150% plus 150% damage onto his already powerful skill, and he can hit. His skill's kind of not the best when he's hitting the first guy because he's only hitting the 1. It's okay when he's hitting the 2 in the back, but if there's 3 in the back, he hits everyone in the row, you know, so he'll hit them all and take them out if he's last one and it's stacked. So he's good situationally. This one here, I don't know a lot about Wind Knight, so I'm not gonna talk on him. I know he's pretty good. I know he's good for sure, but I'm not gonna speak on him. I haven't used him or even battled him really. So the best I want to go with human is Captain Hook. Just amazing crowd control. Well, the best crowd control in this game, I would say. Deals 100% damage to all enemies. Has a 25% chance to stun all enemies, because it's all enemies still, for that 1 round. And so you think that 6 enemies, he's gonna stun at least 1 or 2 of them, theoretically. Increase crit by 25%, crit damage by 30. He also crits a lot. Each attack increases the hero's crit damage by 50%. Additional 140% to damage to petrified enemy. So he does a lot of damage too. He does crazy damage. He petrifies and then does even more damage to the petrified people. He crits too, crits like insane, and so he's all around a stud. Captain Hook I would go for on any team. Cleopatra, I'm just gonna put in here. I don't know if I want to put her in. She does good damage if she's strong enough. Black Dragon's good. He can stun. He does really good damage. kind of just does damage to mages though. But yeah, he does good damage. He's an assassin. But as far as purposes for crowd control in this game, as of yet, there's not tons. So that's the only reason why Cleopatra's on this, gonna be on this list, because a lot of these other, there's not a lot of heroes that have strong crowd control. Cleopatra's is second only to Black Captain Hook, I'm pretty sure, according to me. Deals 135% damage through random enemies, has a 35% chance to petrify the enemy. So that's pretty high. There's only 3 of them, that's why it's 10% more than Captain Hook. So she has a good chance to petrify some of those. Every attack has 25% chance to petrify the enemy for 1 round. That is not bad. My favorite thing about her, well, and she does the additional damage to petrified enemies, which is nice as well. She does good damage whenever she's kind of hit or miss. If she petrifies, that wasn't even a word. She petrifies. And then she does, more than she needs to, and then she does way more damage to those people. Otherwise, she won't petrify anyone, then she'll just die. But the thing is, when she dies, there's a 25% chance to petrify all the enemies for 1 round. So sometimes when I'm can't get past a level, I'll actually just put her in the front and let her die, in all honesty, and then, see about that. Sometimes it works because, it definitely does help out. Because even when she dies, it's kind of a last thing, and it's pretty cool, because when she dies, so at some point you don't even really care if she dies, to be honest. Alright, so let's get over here into the light faction. I'm talking a lot. Monkey King, he's my dude, my favorite. He does insane damage, deals 275% damage to the enemy with lowest HP, and steals its attack 50%, and crit 20% per 2 rounds, increased attack and crit. Every attack steals enemy fury points, so he's rebooting himself, building up that energy to hit harder again with the Thunder Palm, dealing hella damage, and probably crit, because he has super crit. He's taking crit from people. His crit's already increased, so he probably has about 35% crit at that point, just base. Yeah, and then changes normal attack to deal 145% damage to enemy with the lowest HP. So he is what he is, he's an assassin. He hits hard here, and then he's still hitting that lowest HP, because he hits with the lowest HP here. Now sometimes that gets annoying, because you sometimes don't want him to take out, if you're battling someone with 3 5-stars or even 1 5-star, and then they have 6, 7, 8, 9-star, 10-star heroes you're worried about, and he wants to go and hit the 5-star and waste that skill. Kind of gets annoying, but that is what that is. So you guys have to keep in mind, when you have Monkey King, he's gonna hit with the lowest HP. That's just how he's made. Out of priests in this game aren't mages. Why did I say priests? Aren't super strong. Taurus, I want to say, is one of the strongest mages. He does pretty insane damage when he's on a light team. All light team is better, way better for he just yeah. So if you want to run him, I would run him on an all light team. 110% damage to all enemies, increases the attack by 30 for 1 round. If the enemy is a priest, there's the 40% chance to silence them for 1 round. Every attack is a 40% chance to silence the enemy for 1 round if the enemy is a priest, dealing an additional 35% damage. Increased skill damage, change normal attack, deal 90%. So he pretty much just hits everyone for a decent amount of damage. And he also has some silence thrown in there. But he does a lot of damage. Just AoE all around. He does damage to your whole team. Crowd control kind of thing. And he does some silencing. I don't know a whole lot about Panda. I've heard he's pretty good. I'm not going to speak on him. He is pretty tanky, so that's good. And his revive's super annoying when you're just trying to get through the tank and kill the backline people that are dealing a lot of damage, but he comes back to life. So yeah. So he is pretty good. This bird here has revive as well, which is also annoying. I never thought Phoenix has been great. He doesn't do a ton of damage. So she hits the she's kind of like Night Daughter in a way. Just doesn't ignore armor and stuff like that, but she does she crits, she hits the first 3. She does good damage, Dragon Hunter. And so that is dope. In this section, for these two guys, both of them are going to be our top tier. As far as crowd control, Bloody Hands and Oblivion Dragon. Well, okay, so Bloody Hand's the best crowd control tank in the game. Like, that's that. Like, he's all pretty much there is right now, crowd control tank in the game, I'm pretty sure. He has three enemies. He hits the first 3 enemies, has a 30% chance to stun the enemies for 1 round, which is like pretty good. He could stun all 3 of them. He's really tanky. If his attack is dodged, he hits that and has a 55% chance to stun. He hits them for 180%. So that's just his normal attack. If he misses, then he hits them for 180% of attack and has 55% chance to stun them. Deals 140% extra damage to stunning enemies, which is dope as well. His damage isn't great, so I mean, that's whatever. It's not like he's really there for the stun, and he's really tanky. So, Priest, Oblivion Dragon. Also, I was wrong when I said Black Dragon and Cleopatra were the only ones with good crowd control. Oblivion Dragon hits all enemies and has a 20% chance to petrify them for 1 round and gains 75% attack health. So he heals himself a little bit. Deals 105% damage. Increased attack and hit by 15. Each attack reduces enemy's attack by 30%. So this is a debuff here. So that's dope. I didn't even realize he had that. 30% for 2 rounds. That's like intense. 30. Yeah, that's intense. Each attack and that. Okay, alright, yeah. A1 HP is less than 30%. Heals all of our heroes 40% of attack HP. This could be better. Like, it's just that one-time heal thing, and that's annoying. And it's not even a lot for the one time. This is really good. I'm feeling that. Increase attack. That's whatever. And this here. So he does some crowd control, and he debuffs, which is also dope. No one else in the game, really. I don't think there's a lot of debuffers at the moment. Tree Dozer is dope. Oh, it's Tree Dozer. Wait. So every attack, that's what I was saying earlier when I said, Death Clock, he deals more damage to enemies that bleed. Tree Dozer also bleeds enemies, and there's a few other heroes in the game that bleed enemies. So if you stack these heroes, that's insane damage. Deals 150% damage to all enemies and causes the enemy to bleed for 2 rounds. So if you have him with Death Clock, he hits first. He's faster than Death Clock, Tree Dozer, right? So he hits, makes everyone bleed. There's a 100% chance that's going to happen. Then Death Clock hits and does 115% more damage than he would originally. And it's pretty epic. I wish I had, like, I don't have either of them, but I need them. Increase attack by 35%. I had them, like, when I first got 5-star. That's why I know this, because I had them both as 5-star, and they were even insane then. Every attack, the enemy will permanently bleed. Dealing 35%. Yeah, this Tree Dozer is pretty insane. His bleed is crazy. When HP is left, heroes dodge by 30% and attack by 30% for 3 rounds. Go ballistic. Tree Dozers might be just my favorite hero in the game now. That was, these are dope, yeah. He does crazy damage, Tree Dozer. I don't know much about Inventor. Don't really think he's great. Never had any problems with him. So those were all my heroes, guys. If I mentioned anything about any of these heroes in the, then I would, suggest that you probably, get that hero. It would be a good hero. I wouldn't, waste them or anything. This guy here is pretty tanky. He stuns, but he only hits the other team's tank, which is kind of lame, and stuns one guy. But, so if I mention anything about any of these heroes, it means that I'm cool with them. And that if you guys were considering building any of those heroes, then you've at least have my approval, so you don't feel bad about it.
I mean, I don't know how much my approval means, but it's another person's, so you're not all alone in that decision. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it helps. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. And if you guys play the game, please do comment. If you guys have been playing for a while, please do comment your top 5 heroes down below. So we can kind of just check in, like, if your top 5 are on the same list as mine and others, then everyone will know that, like, yeah, this is legit. Everyone feels like these are the best heroes, and then that's going to be the list. Like, you know, my list is aight. It could be changed. Not even top 5. Comment all the heroes you think are dope. I will end this video. Please do like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed and this video was helpful. It was a pleasure making it for you guys, and I will catch you guys on the flip.